What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, Simply Zach. And in today's episode, we're going to be doing something a little bit different than the regular modded playthrough. I'm going to be doing a full-length video tutorial for you all on this house behind me here. So, if you want a full materials list, as always, down in the description there will be one. And without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. And as you can see here, I have taken the liberty of deleting the entire house, and we can come up above it right here and take a little look, not take a screenshot, at the dimensions we're dealing with. I added a few concrete blocks to kind of help show what we're dealing with. So that's going to be 3 blocks in between the orange concrete. Wherever you see a gap, there's going to be 3. And without further ado, let's get on into the build. So we're going to start with some spruce corner blocks coming up the sides here. Pretty easy. We're just going to make these 4 tall. I'm going to go ahead and place the rest of these in, and I'll be back with you shortly. We've about got all of these placed in now. Place the last one there, and these do not have to be the full blocks if you don't want, but I prefer them personally. So from this point going onward, we're going to go ahead and start adding our walls in between here. And this is a good point to texture your build if you are somebody who's interested in doing that. I like to do it as I go instead of coming at the end and doing it all at once. So we'll just come up right here, I think. And this is where the door's going to be, right there. We'll come over here and just continue adding in a few. We're just using stripped birch and some birch planks just to kind of break up that. You can actually flip that if you wanted to use mostly planks because it's cheaper, and just throw in some regular birch. It looks pretty good as well. I'm going to go ahead and throw down the rest of these walls right quick. Alright, and now that we have all of our walls in place, we're going to come back along the tops of those walls and just top them with another spruce log. Again, doesn't have to be a fully covered spruce log, but that's just what I prefer. None of this is going to be showing on the tops, so it won't really matter too much. And you guys will also have to let me know what you think of the shaders as well. I'm trying something new here, seeing how everybody enjoys those. So after you get your spruce logs across the top, you're going to want to drag some Deepslate tile slabs across the edges like so. We'll go on each side and do that. Not there. Or there. Okay. We'll come off the edge of those, and we're going to add some spruce trapdoors along the edge here, and that will be to tie in the roof once we get the rest of the roof shape in. Wonderful. Looking good. So from there, we're going to go ahead and grab some spruce blocks now. And we're going to do the edges of the roof, because I believe that will be easiest to make the edges first, and then come in and just fill in the middle part afterwards. So starting on this corner bit right here, we're actually going to go slab, and then we're going to do stair, full block, stair, full block, stair. Then you come off the back of that and do a slab, full block, stair. And one more time. Slab, full block, stair. And this actually didn't need a full block there, so that'll be a slab. So it'll look something like that, and of course we'll go ahead and do that on the other side as well. So if you wanted that one more time, you're looking at a slab, a stair, a full block, a stair, off the back of that stair, a slab, and then another full block, a stair, off the back of that stair, slab, full block, stair, slab, full block, stair. And then we'll connect those with a slab, and we'll bring this up an additional 2. So it should look like that and meet in the middle real nicely. It'll give you kind of a a little bit of a shape there. We will just take that back to the other side and copy that same exact design. So we'll just do the slab, the stair, full block. And once we have it matched up on this side, we will be taking it across the way here to connect up with our actual roofing materials, and we're basically just using the spruce as a trim. That's why we have it going along the bottom right there and around the sides like that. So finish getting this put in here, and that of course is our middle block, so we know that that's where we're going to be looking at our two final ones here, which would be set up like that. And then of course come back over to this side and knock this out. Now that we've got the edges of the house built up as such, what we can do is roll right back around over here, and we'll take the rest of our roof. So this is where the roof gets a little more textured and a little advanced. If you don't want to do the texturing on the roof, you could always just do the roof out of whatever blocks you prefer. I'm going ahead and filling my inventory right on up with pretty much everything. I actually have more than 9 blocks that I use on the roof, but this will be pretty easy. We're basically just going to come along and we'll do this side in real time, and then we'll flip back over and do the other side. So we're just going to come across, and the way that I texture is I try to continue having the themes kind of run up the side. We want this to be more mossy at the top and more stony at the bottom. So try to keep that in mind as we build on up here. And we'll throw this one there. And then of course we will just take what we already have here and start bringing them over. So if you want to mix in some full moss blocks on these stair rows, that's perfectly fine. That'll end up looking pretty good in the final product. Don't worry about it not meshing and looking absolutely beautiful. That's not exactly the point of this build. It's more to look a little rough, a little worn down, overrun by time. And then we're of course just going to bring this across. We'll try to tie in a little more of that moss over here, and maybe bring that moss up a little bit, kind of have it creeping up the side here. Something like that. And then we can come in here and add some mossy stairs, maybe a little bit of mossy stone. Have it to where the moss is kind of coming this way as well. And then of course we can take some of our tuff and add some darker sections too. So we'll just take some regular cobblestone and mix that in. Maybe do a couple regular, a little bit of that. And we'll bring these over like so. And as you can see here, it's starting to shape up a little bit. And we'll just keep on keeping on with that. We want a nice big patch of moss right here, actually. I kind of want to bring that over a little more. I want this moss patch to be basically growing up the side of the building here. And we'll just take some more of this and sprinkle that in. Bring that moss up just a little bit more. Something like that. And where's my mossy stuff? There it is. Bring that over where that's kind of growing up that a little bit maybe. Do a little bit of that action. And like I said, I really want the top of this to have quite a bit of moss. I want it to be a pretty mossy top bad boy, so we'll make sure we don't let up on that as we get higher up here. And we'll go ahead and lay out exactly kind of how I want the moss to set in here first, and then we can come back through and kind of add some texture to it a little bit, where maybe it's kind of overtaken some of this cobblestone. Something like that right there. And that is one of our sides done. So I'm going to flip around and do the other side, and I will be right back with you once we have both sides of the roof complete. So now we just need to finish up a little bit of detail work. So what we can do here is go ahead and raise these central pillars all the way up to, match the top of the roof here, like that. We'll drag these along here, like so, and then we will come back in with our birch and just fill in the walls so that the house actually has walls, because that is kind of one of the trademark features of a house, is the walls. So we'll get those filled in, so that is all safe and secure. And then we can come through and add our little garden boxes up here, kind of how we had before, where we basically just come off of here. Let me grab the dirt, and then you just do that little number. Throw a couple pieces of dirt up here so you can get your fancy little garden boxes on and plant whatever flowers you want up here. And we'll actually end up taking that out. That's my bad. We do need the one in the back though. So from this point, you pretty much have an open book of what you would like to build. Personally, I throw a couple lanterns up here, and of course you're going to want a door of some kind, so we'll just go with the spruce door because that's my personal favorite, especially with the look of this. And we'll light it up so that some random baddies aren't spawning in here. Wonderful. And of course, on the back side, we're going to do what we did on the front and connect this up and wall these off so that nothing can get to us in our new house. Now that we've gotten, for the most part, a lot of the stuff done, we'll come through and add one of the trademark features of this house, which I'm sure you're all very interested in, and that is the little doodad curly Q at the top and on top of the doorway here. So we'll start with the one down on the doorway. You're going to want a half slab coming off of there, and then a stair coming off of here like this. That will go back to a half slab. A stair like this, and then a stair like that. And that, once a couple trapdoors are added to it, is your little curl to put on top of your doorway. And of course, we will want to place one of those on either side of the roof up here, because they look rather fun, I think. They add a nice little cottagey feel to the place.
And now that we've got both of these added, of course we'll add one down here as well off the back side. And then do a little bit of that. And of course, get the trapdoors on it. Beautiful. And
to tie that in the rest of the way, we'll just bring that in by 3 blocks worth of slabs and fill the rest with some trapdoors, and that finishes framing out your roof real nicely there. Looking mighty professional. And of course, if you ever want to add windows or anything like that, you can always just plug them in wherever your heart desires there. You could throw one there, or you could throw one right there if you wanted a little one. And then of course, you can take your flowers and your azaleas and decorate it to your heart's content in whichever way you seem fit. One last fun thing you can do is, of course, you can come up onto your roof and use a little bit of bone meal to grow some greenery up here. Always like the look of a little grass on the roof of the house. And now we've got some grass growing, and of course we could take some of the flowers if we wanted to, some of the too high flowers, and throw them up here, just to give the build a little bit of life and character. We'll do the pink tulip because it's cute. And of course, now that we've got our little curly cues added, we will want to make sure and come over here and add a cute little chimney in here. We're going to go with a 2 wide chimney, I think. let's go, yeah, let's go too wide. So let's bring it up this way and bring it up to about there. Add a couple of these just to give it a little bit of character, and then add the hay block just so we get the extra high smoke coming off of that bad boy, and cover up all the nastiness with the almighty trapdoor. And I actually think that we could probably do with bringing that down an additional one and not have it going quite so far up. Beautiful. And of course, the last detail there. I do appreciate you guys tuning in and checking out the tutorial. I hope you found it helpful and you like the build as much as I do. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the content or want any tutorials in the future. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled for the Vault Hunter series. The first episode will be dropping soon. I finally almost finished my starter base. It's gonna be a doozy. I hope you guys are ready for it. I'm really excited. I've been Simply Zach, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Take it easy.